Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Is everyone present? Can you all say yes, please?
Hey, yes, maybe.
Yes.
That didn't sound like everyone. Is someone still got their mic muted? Who's this? Or are they not present? Unfortunately, I cannot read it because I cannot read Korean. But someone has their mic muted and it's not there. Okay, are you guys aware of what the topic is?
Yeah, it's about is video games bad, right?
Correct.
Is it?
Playing
Okay.
computer games bad. And you will each be in teams of threes against each other. And for now, what will happen is you'll each take in turns, giving your reasons why or why not. And then at the end, I'll give you each your individual feedback.
Okay.
And then announce a winner. Okay, Chuyuna, you may go.
Yes. Okay. Video games are really fun and they're addictive, and everybody knows that. People say it's a good way of releasing their stress, but have you ever wondered how the children spent their time before the computers were invented, when the video games did not exist yet? Surprisingly, they did not have any troubles spending their times, spending their spare times. They just play with their friends, or just they just help their parents chores. But kids nowadays rarely give a chance to go outside and meet and talk with friends. They claim that the technology has developed and they can just text each other. They can call each other, and they can't even communicate when, like, during they're playing the games. But when they're playing games, they actually talk about only the games, that the new items they bought. They don't really talk about their lifestyle. They just talk about the money they spend on their items and how the other players are doing, and what mistakes they made and how stupid they are. And they also use a lot of unnecessarily mean words, and they just hurt others' feeling without hesitation because they're angry because the others are doing not good, and they lost their games. Like, video games are brainwashing all the children who are supposed to be innocent and naive into aggressive and lazy, violent virtual killers. They just normally kill each other in the game, and they just use mean words without hesitation. And it is clearly not a good thing. How many more minutes do I have?
3, 2, 1, and you're done.
Yay. Thank you.
That's good. Okay, next. Yunsuk, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you may begin.
So I think playing computer games is not bad. There are some reasons why that I think playing computer games are not bad. I am going to explain you the reasons this time. First, computer games can make social reciprocal and friendship between friends and you better. There are a lot of games that can play with your friends, which are called cooperative or multiplayer games. For example, the game called Portal has cooperative mode, play with your friends. Some studies have shown computer games may be the catalyst for friends to get into you. Second, computer games can be used to educate students. For example, the game called Minecraft was already used to educate students by Joel Levin, who is the teacher, in 2011. In 2014, Microsoft took over Mojang, which is the developer of Minecraft, and released Minecraft Education Edition in January of 2016. Of course, game cannot replace studying, but can help to improve creativity and immerse on the study. The students who had taken the education with video games could written the story easily even though they usually could not write easily. Third, we can easily do what we cannot do in real life. Many people desire something what usually can't happen in real life, but it can easily happen in the game. For example, to be rich or to be the king of one empire. To conclude, in point of view who likes to play video game, I think playing video games is not bad because computer games can make social connection and friendship between friends and you better, can be used to educate students, and we can easily do what we cannot do in real life. Many people have prejudice that all video games are bad and oppress their children to not to play computer games, but I think it is not the right way to make child to be creative, and it will make them more stressful. Thank you.
Okay. Very good. Made some good points. Okay. You may begin.
Okay. You say that computer game makes it each students to not communicate, but they can communicate with friends about games, but games like that. And also, if they remove, if they remove, they can be an addictor and like that. And computer game is also exercise by typing fingers. And why do you think that uh life why why do you think that students have to communicate talk to each other about their lifestyle?
Wait, am I supposed to answer?
Were you asking us a question? Do you have a few more points you can add?
No.
Okay, because you've got another minute and 20 seconds to go. Try and fill the time up if you can.
Okay. Also, computer games make students can learn more things by playing. For example, do you know Minecraft? Like the game called Minecraft. It is the architect game, so if students play that, their their archi- their architect skills will develop.
Okay. Is that everything for you?
Yes.
Okay. Choyumi, you make a. I believe you might be muted. Choyumi, we cannot hear you. I think you're muted in Discord. I'll pause your time while you fix that. Do you see there's a mic button on Discord? I think it's muted. Try talking now. Still nothing. I cannot hear you. Um, do you have another way to speak?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go from now. Okay?
Hello. My name is you. Agree side topic. Computer games is bad, and I'm gonna. Before you said that you can make relationships by playing games with. But you can meet friends in other ways. And also, when you play games, when you play games, when you communicate by, you might talk with strangers, and talking to strangers is not good. And also, when you are communicating with friends, you can with friends you can just them communicate, but rather than playing games. Before you said you can get information, and games can educate you, but then educating with games can make you wait games other things like books lessons can educate you also. Before you said you can do whatever you want in games, but whatever things you want, but well, since we can't do since things that you can do in games. Wait. Okay, sorry. Hello. Yes. I think that's it.
You're finished?
Yeah.
You don't have another point you can make in the time?
Or should I?
If you use up your time, would be good, but if you cannot make it up,
Wait.
that's okay. Okay. Final person. Is this the final person? Hanhyo?
Yes.
Okay. You may go now.
Uh, my opinion is computer bad. The first, computer games can release stress. The stress is caused by study or friends. For example, my friend has much stress by study. So my friend told me when I play computer games, I feel stress relief. So I think playing computer games helps to relieve stress. Second, it can enjoy leisure by playing. Leisure life have lots of in leisure have computer playing computer games. Finally, during the computer games, we can become more and more friendly with our friends. And if the problem is became an editor, or we can use the like limited time of
Do you have some more points to add?
yes.
The 1 minute remaining.
Is that game the foreigner game? We can learn other languages through the game.
Okay. I think that's it. Done. Everyone's had their turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all did very well.
Yes.
Thank
Few of you
you.
finishing a bit early. I think a few of you could have come up with 1 extra point to stretch out your time. So I'll start with Choyuna. Hopefully I'm saying your name
Yeah.
correctly. You finished on time, which was good,
Yeah.
and you had a good beginning and end to your points.
Mhm.
You had a nice projection from your voice with good pronunciation.
Thank you.
You had good use of some facts, but you tended to use a lot more of connecting words like saying like and this. If you can minimize the word of like, because it's a bad habit to get into.
Okay.
Once you start using that sort of word, when you, especially in a
Yeah.
debate, you want to just get your point out there very clearly. And
Okay.
I noticed you probably needs to breathe a bit more. You would put out a lot of
Yes,
words, and then you just needed to take a step back, think about your
Okay.
point,
Yeah.
and just slow it down. Split your sentences up. Okay, but very good.
Yes. Thank you.
So next was Yunsuk.
Yes.
So also very good. Your points you made were smooth throughout the whole duration. You had good flow between your points. You pronounced well. You finished a little earlier than you could have maybe squeezed in some extra points. You had maybe 15 seconds remaining. You had a good use of some real life examples. And one thing I could say is that you should use more tone. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
So you tended to speak in one tone. So say how I'm speaking right now. I go from a low to a higher.
So high.
Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Very good. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Very good. Next. Okay, Semi wasn't there, so Junkyung.
Yes.
Okay. So you made some good points, but you needed to elaborate on why you wanted that point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would say a point, but then you wouldn't explain it as much. If you explained it a bit more, that would have given you just that stronger point.
Okay.
So try and go into more depth with what you're trying to talk about. Okay?
Yeah.
But your speech was great, and you just need that little bit more confidence in what you're saying. When you do your research beforehand, that's when you know. If you do some strong research, you'll be much more confident in how you talk.
Okay.
Okay, but very good.
Thank you.
Okay, Choyumi.
Yes.
Okay, so you finished quite early. You had very good use of some arguments where you take the points from the opposition team and then bring that into your debate. That was very good. And one thing I would say though is that you needed to elaborate, much like Jung Kyung had to do. Is you said one point which is strangers are bad, but you needed to say why. If you added a why, like you ask yourself why are strangers bad, you could give a couple points, and that would have stretched your time a little longer then as well.
Okay.
But all in all, very good.
Thank you.
And Hangyo.
Yes.
Okay. So you had a few long pauses in the middle. I wasn't sure whether you were finishing early or not, but you did come in at the end with another good point. You used some good real life experience, which backed up with some facts. That was very good. You just needed to add a bit more tone to your voice when you were speaking. You tended to keep quite a monotone rhythm, and if you could just add a little bit more tone, that would have made the points sound more inviting to listen to and make them much stronger.
Okay.
And yeah, I think just try and minimize those long pauses. Try and fill them with something, and that would be, all in all, that would make it a lot better.
Thank you.
Okay. So then I have to say that the winning team would be the B team for why not? Why aren't playing computer games bad? All in all, there were a lot of points being made that were very good
Yay.
and clear.
Thank you.
Sorry, A team, but yeah, I just thought Yeah, those points were really good. Unfortunately, one of your team members were gone, so that wasn't so fun. But very good, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm sure you guys know what to do now. So I will let you go now.
Okay, bye.